Hi! Welcome back to the basics of Tunisian crochet. I'm Sarah. Today I'm showing you the Tunisian Purl Stitch. Just like the Tunisian knit stitch resembles the knit stitch knitting, the purl stitch in Tunisian crochet is very similar to the purl stitch in knitting. But let's get right to the stitch itself. As you see, I have just worked a couple of rows in Tunisian simple stitch. Now I'm about to start a row in Tunisian Purl Stitch. The fundamental thing about this stitch is the position of the yarn. You need to bring it to the front, like this, so that it lies between the first and second vertical bars. Then you insert the hook under the next vertical bar as usual. And as you see, the working yarn is dropped between the two loops. Then you bring the working yarn to the back, making it slip under the hook like this. Then you yarn over and go through the loop and up on the hook. And this movement forms this small knot in the front of your work. So again, you bring the yarn to the front, you insert the hook under the next vertical bar, you bring the yarn to the back again, making it go under the hook, you yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop and the loop up on the hook. You see? But what I wanted to show you today is how I and many other crocheters do the Tunisian Purl Stitch instead, which is, in my opinion, much more comfortable and quicker to work. So what you do is basically this. You bring the yarn over the hook, which is the equivalent of bringing it to the front, but in this way you sort of get rid of the yarn because you no longer have it in your way as you work. So you just hold it with your fingers like this and it lies comfortably on the hook. Then you insert the hook under the next vertical bar. Now you need to yarn over, and in order to do so you very naturally bring the yarn to the front and to the back again, making it go under the hook. Then you yarn over and pull through and up on the hook. And as you see, the result is the same as before, but the movement is much quicker and much more comfortable. So again, bring the yarn over the hook, insert the hook under the next vertical bar, bring the yarn to the front in a way and to the back again in order to be able to yarn over and pull through and up on the hook. So again, as you see, if I want to yarn over, I am obliged in a way to do this movement, because if I tried to yarn over from here, nothing would come out of it. So, even though this movement seems longer and more complicated than the one I showed you at the beginning, it actually isn't, and I will show you why. Another important thing, the very last stitch of the forward pass will be worked as a neat closing stitch. See my tutorial for this. So that the border looks the same, the left border looks the same as the right border. So it does not get purled. You just work it as you usually do. Like this. And the return pass is the standard one. You yarn over and pull through one loop only at first, and then you yarn over and pull through two loops together until the end of the row. So So as you see, now I will work a couple of stitches quickly, or let's say the way I do it. I'm not a very quick crocheter, but as you see, the good thing about this technique is that the hook does all the work, while if I were to bring the yarn to the front, I will need to move to change the position of my hand and of my fingers, and constantly go from the yarn from the front to the back, and I have to let go in order to hold my work at the same time. So it will not be as easy, you see, as I showed you. But of course, anyone can do it as they please. And the texture is very particular, beautiful, I like it. And it's this, it looks like this. So, and that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching as usual, and stay tuned for further videos on Tunisian crochet. Bye!